Ladies, gentlemen, my NB comrades, I'm really annoyed. Let me be heads up. Let me keep it 100 with y'all. I'm super pissed, right? I'm really annoyed. So, I am not certain right now that... I think what they did, right, for the playoffs, and they've done this before for I-League, which is fucking annoying, is that they create a separate ticket for the playoffs, right? So that once you get to the playoffs, spectating from inside Dota can only really happen, I think, from game 2 onwards. They either doing one of two things, right? It's either a new ticket entirely, or they're playing offline, which they've done before, which would annoy me greatly, deeply, and horrendously, but it is what it is. We'll figure some of this out for game 2. Also, the internet kept crashing today. Today's just been a mess. The beginning of the day has just been a mess. The game started late, Twitch wouldn't connect properly, all of it. But anyway, we got Dota, so let's do that. Let's look at Dota, let's enjoy life. Oh, actually, since we are not really going to be having a situation where we'll have in-game audio, of course I'm stealing from the stream here, from the good folk over at Imba TV and Doyo. I suppose what I'll do, we'll just keep I'll just turn off the camera, and I'll just add like some of the background music. It's chill, it's fine. So let's talk about these drafts in a second. I mean, we have a lot of time, right? We'll figure this out together. All right, that's what we'll do. Put that background music in. All right, we'll be Gucci. So looking at these drafts here, game 1, best of 3 set. Something that I find very interesting about this is both teams, right, will have 2 different ideas and 2 different objectives, right, from I-League and from all the games that they're going to be undergoing. Of course, everybody wants to get better, improve, make sure that you build some momentum going into TI, but LGD is at a point where they are clearly the best team in the world, right? And because they're the best team in the world, it's incumbent on them to try and iterate and or innovate in such a way to keep them in that position. As well, for Team Aster, they've let off a lot of steam and they were looking a lot better as a team coming into the last couple of months than they have since like the end of the DPC second season. So they need to try and regain that old form, but also keep up with the meta, because one of the primary complaints about how they approached the major, for example, was that they just clearly weren't in contact with where the meta was at that point in time. Hopefully here, that's not really going to be a problem. And we see what the draft looks like. They got themselves Puck, Luna, Lich, Viper with the Underlord. On the other side, Wyvern, TA, DK, the Templar, Assassin, going to also have the backup of ET, and of course the last pick or 9th pick, Ricky, here for Ame. Ricky. Is this a good Ricky game? I actually think it is. There's very little lockdown for this Ricky Mario right now. The burst damage isn't really available either from the side of Team Aster. Generally speaking, that's how I've seen a lot of teams approach and deal with the Ricky. Make sure that you have lockdown and burst. If the hero, you come across him, can kill him very quickly. In this one, not really going to be an easy prospect, especially if he ends up buying BKB. I don't think it'll be necessary. I think you can just get away with some sheer stat items in this game, but if he does get BKB, then like Puck does nothing. Viper only really can use ultimate on him. And Ricky, you don't mind being hit with the Viper Strike, because you can still be useful in the fight. Blink Strike with the tricks of the trade does a lot still. It is a good looking venue for the matchup, right? Gosh. Ugh, all these delays. Alright, let's roll some predictions here. We'll make the prediction time a little bit shorter since we just showed up now. Gosh, I'm actually like pretty pissed, I'll be honest. Like, y'all might not be able to see it, but I'm really upset right now. But it is what it is. We'll be out here, we'll do the games. I feel like, you know, today has just been one of those days where from jump everything's been screwed, but talk about that later, because we got some Dota, got some hype, got some action here. So make your predictions, make your bets. We have opened these up right now, and as mentioned, just given the brute facts of the situation, everything just going south, we're going to be stealing some of the stream here from the I-League. Hold on, let's move this over there. Alrighty, there we go. That's a little bit better. It's not perfect just yet, though. I'm gonna reposition it so that it at least looks moderately professional. I think it looks fine, honestly, where it's at right now, but not fine enough. Alright, that's a little bit better. There we go. So we're into the situation right now. We out here. Actually, no, I can leave the I-League part, right? Because the main thing, I just need to make sure that's sponsorship. But actually, we can leave their sponsorship shit, given that, you know, they're giving us the free stream. Anyway, game starting right now. Team Aster. One thing for them that I do like about their draft quite a bit, as we see Faithbjorn's about to die here. One more right click should kill this DK, and Monet walks away with the first blood, takes out Faithbjorn. And not done just yet, wanting to reach for more. They're looking towards this Winter Wyvern, and will also be able to get that life away. Shinkyu taking a tumble. Alright, okay. I can vibe with this. Also, I should change the music in the game scene, right? So it's not exactly the same as the draft scene. 1 second. I'll do it vice versa, it's fine, we'll leave this here. These 3 lanes, the way that they're stacked up and set up right now, mid lane is definitely going to be favored for this Viper to be able to have himself a good time. One of the better heroes at being able to deal with the Templar Assassin. Help to run her down. This is one of the reasons why it came so much later in the draft, although nothing to say. Turning things around right now. Almost got this kill onto White Elbow middle. White Elbow gets nothing to say first. We'll end up taking a tumble, but first gets the kill. Hashtag worth, honestly. You get the bonus experience in that situation, so you are much happier with how things have panned out for you. Life is good. Life is certainly good. Yeah, there's no sound because I'm not actually in Dota 2 right now. I mean, I can add like the Chinese audio, right, like from their casters, but you know, of course that'll just be their audio and stuff. Regrettably, this is just the state of affairs right now. I'm not certain if they've created a new ticket for this event, or if the way that they've made it function is to have it be like privately hosted, so that the only people who can actually spectate from in-game are those in-game and official casters, which kind of screws everybody else. But actually, wait, can somebody go check for me? Just check if B-Cop is, because I know B-Cop was supposed to be streaming, right? See if he's streaming from in-game or if he's forced to do similar shenanigans as me. That'll help us isolate if the problem is me or if the problem is from China. Down bottom, Monet taking on this Faithbjorn DK. This is a very good lane for this Luna hero. We've seen for the most part, whenever you pick an off-lane hero, such as DK, Timbersaw, these strengthier, tankier strength heroes, then it is incumbent on you to make sure that you can cover that hero from Luna. She's been deeply instrumental in a lot of these kind of lane matchups. This game, you do have some help bottom, so it's not so bad. It's fine. Is Beacop streaming in-game? Alright, cool. So then the issue is definitely me. I will be fixing it in between the games. I've had this issue before, so it's not the first time that I'm being afflicted by this particular problem. But like I said, I'll figure it out. I'll sort it out for game number 2. What I suspect keeps happening is sometimes the Great Firewall is weird, and the interaction with different parts of the world can be interesting. Whatever, we'll fix it as the game goes on, as time goes on rather. Right now, on the side of Team Aster, I wanted to discuss this earlier. I didn't get around to it. They put this puck in the support position. So this is a pos 4 puck rather than the pos 5 Viper in this game. The rationale here is, of course, that they want Viper to have a really good game, but also puck is one of these heroes where, you know, the matchup versus TA can be a bit rough. Generally speaking, you get dumpstered in that matchup, so rather get the better matchup for the Viper. And Viper maybe about to get this kill here, nothing to say. TP back to the tier 1 tower instead of going all the way home. White Album gonna try to take advantage of this. The final couple of right clicks, not enough to get the kill just yet, but the creeps with the poison attack does the deed. Nothing to say, brought down in the mid lane. Okay, nothing to say. That is pretty cool. That's a great kill to be able to pick up in that situation. Now bottom, we see they want Faithbjorn. Will they be able to get him? The DK hiding in the trees, trying to juke around. Will still be alive for a little while longer, but not forever, as eventually they do manage to take him down. Heads up victory right there for the side of Team Aster, as they do walk away with a quick kill. That was pretty huge. Wait, why is this happening? I'm just trying to open Dota to see if I can use it again inside, but obviously we want the display above it. I don't know why it's not coming up. What the hell is happening? Dota 2, hello? Yeah, I'm just going to quickly check if I can get into iLeague, because it looks like a bit of a dead moment in the game right now. It's not even showing up here. That is pretty annoying. Just making sure. Yep, I still can't see it. Alright, cool. Let's check in for a second. Just checking for a second. I just wanted to see if maybe I could get into the game, but clearly not. Here in the bottom lane, big thing for the side of PSG.LGD will be trying to find an early blink dagger for Faith Beyond. Here comes some support though. They want to try to find a kill onto the Luna. The Echo Stomp will connect. However, not enough potential here for a follow-up. Innocence, though it made this rotation, can't really do anything with it. I must say, I actually do feel like this early game is pretty good so far for the side of Team Aster. They've gotten literally everything that they want out of it. White Album's been dominating this Temper Assassin. This Luna's been dominating Faith Beyond down bottom. The only lane that hasn't gone magnificently is the top lane, but the Underlord's still doing quite well for XXX. So not really experiencing any issues in how they planned this early game to be going. And they do need kind of a snowball draft, or a snowball start with this kind of draft. If you look at these heroes, bottom lane, they might end up losing Monet. They can't afford for this to happen. There's no support around this Luna. She needs some assistance. Doesn't seem like she's going to be getting it, but doesn't seem like LGD want to dive further either. And they'll just let her go. Almost managed to kill Monet, but they failed to do so. And things will just go ahead and reset. At the same time, though, the rest of Team Aster is currently engaged in the project of trying to secure themselves this mid tower. Oh, that's what you meant by no sound. I didn't add the audio. Lol, there was no music. It was just my voice. Lol, lol, lol. But there we go. There's at least some BGM for y'all. Gosh, what a day this has been, huh? But it's cool. We're rocking it. We out here. This Ricky in the top lane, I'm very intrigued and interested to see how they're gonna play with this hero. The build traditionally has obviously just been for the Diffusal Blade in this game. Given that they are playing this puck in a more support capacity rather than a core, the major utility of that item decreases somewhat. We'll talk about it in a second. As bottom, Faith Beyond engaged now in an attack from the rest of Team Aster. First big rotation from White Album, and he goes bottom to secure the lane further for Faith against Faith Beyond. Make Monet ever stronger. And that is just a straight up young double kill. Well, very good, just a good laning start, I think. BTS didn't get into the lobby for this game either. Lol. Lol, 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 lol. Oh, yeah, y'all. There is no in-game audio, unfortunately, because I'm restreaming the Chinese stream. Given that I couldn't get into the lobby or... Wait, what? So where's BTS? Is BTS also stealing the Doyu stream? Oh, lol. Alright, cool. Then I feel a lot less bad about this. I'm going to blame the Great Firewall. As we see Monet... not Monet, Ricky here for Ame. Vowels at the end of their names, but markedly different players. Ame able to TP out, is in a dangerous position, but he gets out to safety. As mentioned, this early game, good for Team Aster. The big thing I think they need to be able to do, though, over the next couple of minutes, is obviously get more farm on this Luna, but find a way to get involved on the map with this Viper again. I mean, your tools for being able to make big initiations are somewhat limited on the hero. However, you can still make a side lane rotation to where the Underlord is, even if Luna is currently in the jungle. Pit of Malice with one Viper Strike is more than enough to kill pretty much anyone on the map if the White Album Viper is in the vicinity. Yeah. So what happens when you get... You know what, actually, you know what probably happened, Poonam, is that B-Corp... Yeah, they made the lobby private in clients. I thought so. If it's private, right, the possibility exists, right? No, but then they'd also be able to. I was thinking, does B-Corp maybe know somebody that he's streaming from? But then I don't think you can do that with privates anymore. I don't know. However, B-Cop made this hustle happen. Shout out B-Cop. Nothing to say. In this mid lane, we haven't seen how much farm has been picked up by the TA just yet, but she's been able to catch, or what items rather she's gotten, but she's catched up a lot in the farm capacity. She was at some point quite behind the Viper, but now here she is at the top of the farm charts. Average times for TA. But because they don't have this Blink Dagger just yet from Faith Beyond, I don't think they can make that many things happen on the map right now. So they'll still be somewhat constricted into this more passive portion of play. However, at the same time, I feel like this actually benefits PSG.LGD. The fact that they haven't quickly gone on the map, like these BCs, once they've been picked up by White Album, don't want to use them. Going top with the bonus move speed, will they be able to find a kill onto the Ricky? Silence out onto Ame, there's going to be the Dust of Appearance, and this Ricky, no way to survive here. Even though the Echo Stomp will slow down the Lich, Viper are able to run down this Ricky, and they secure the opening kill. That's quite nice. That leads them naturally into being able to push onto this tier 1 tower in the top lane, and because Underlord is already positioned bottom, he can prevent Faith Beyond from making the swap play by taking down their own tier 1. So buying time for his own team and allowing them to play aggressively. Regrettably though, their own push is kind of trash, so they might not actually be able to claim this tower in the top lane unless they stick around for a follow-up fight. And you see there's 3 heroes positioned here, but there's more coming for LGD as they get off the Winter's Curse out onto the Viper. Look how much damage White Album has taken just from Shin Q. Ends up losing his life, and now they try to flee with the rest of the lineup. TP in the trees, will it be attempted by the puck? And they very, very, very narrowly managed to get the escape there. Alright, we see you, Borax. Stays alive, manages to move out to safety. Class the Jaeger. I mean, you can. Listen, I would say do it because it's always better to just keep yourself noted and notable. So do it, fam. Do it. Go mod. Go mod. Do the right thing. Come on, Poonam. You should know better than that, man. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. Come on. I'm not trying to take advantage of the man's hustle. If he's got the connection, he's got the connect. That's what I'm saying. That's the only way, actually, that he's able to get in, like, in the lobby, right? Because if BTS, like the people are being paid to stream it, whatever, if they couldn't come to an agreement or a deal with iLeague, then it's 100% that B-Cop is leveraging connections gained from costing DPC for so long and for just being involved in the Chinese team. Shout out B-Cop. Mans did the grind, did the hustle, did the networking, and now has the audio to show for it, you know. That's the big reason we all do what we do, y'all. Every time you see me retweeting someone famous, you know it's just about trying to get audio from Chinese games, man. This particular Chinese game still, in my opinion, looking decent for Team Aster, despite the fact that this holding pattern starts to benefit LGD, in particular with how much further ahead this TA gets. These next few minutes are going to be critical though, because they've just picked up a couple items. Oh, bottom, Faith Beyond, dead. Shane Frost committed, but it doesn't bounce back towards Faith Beyond. And he committed the Dragon Tail stun onto Underlord, so he's going to be able to get away from this. Pit of Malice didn't really connect flush onto the DK. I really thought they were going to be able to get that one, but Faith Beyond's gooch walks perfectly away. Now the Abyssal Underlord does get drawn towards the top lane. They committed the Dark Rift for this as well. They desperately want this tier 1 tower. Will they be able to open up on a kill onto the ET first? Indeed they do, but here's Ahmed. Tricks of the trade going out onto the Luna after the Dragon Tail stun. Luna falling very low. She's gonna eventually start getting almost dead, and she's still alive though. They do eventually kill her, but man, at what cost? 3 heroes have fallen, make that 4. And Team Aster, they take the team fight, they secure the tier 1 tower in the top lane, and they're able to walk away to safety, all happy, in a perfect position. That is lovely. You literally could not ask for a better set of circumstances. Also, Luna, woo! With her being dead and the rest of the team, okay, I was about to say just nothing to say, double damage, easy kill onto Borax. But that Luna, her staying alive so far, or so long in the fight, it became a real problem, because if they're already having damage problems now, Imagine what starts to happen as this hero picks up more and more items. We also got to see the impact in that fight of the Crimson Guard coming in from the Underlord. Because once they went in, Tricks of the Trade, right? You imagine that that's going to give them the damage for the kill, but the damage block helped out so much. Made sure that Ame wasn't able to really put his foot into the Luna such that he could move on to a different target. Spent his entire fight trying to bring her down and cost him his own life. And now, afterwards, Luna's back in the triangle, farming an ancient stack. There's a hard camp right next to her as well. And she's just going to get more and more GPM right now. And the thing is though, for PSG.LGD, thus far it's only really this TA that is having a great game. They do have the Blink Dagger from Faith Beyond, but they just got this and they still haven't managed to secure the tier 1 tower bottom. It falls now, but with DK and a Desolator TA, you know, you're not happy that this is your first tower this stage of the game. They will end up going bottom, jumping onto the Underlord, trying to kill him. They'll manage to do so with the Tricks of the Trade. Lich through in the Chain Frost to just try and dissuade them from that jump, but it ends up being a mistake as Lanam just gives away a kill. 2 heroes fall behind the tier 1 tower. And PSG.LGD get stuff done on the map. More importantly than just getting stuff done, they also manage to find a situation where they're involving this DK on the map in a positive fashion. All playing as a team. They recognize that if they play in dribs and drabs versus Team Aster, they will get hurt. I mean, real talk, Sora, imagine watching Snare over God Cyclops, you know. You gotta be watching the Cyclops God, lol. I mean, I won't ban you. Why would I ever ban you, Punam? You got in-game audio from where? Please, where? Which tournament? Please help me. Help a homie out. Did you find the game in the client? Ah, your friend was looking, so you're able to watch from him. Okay. Wait, actually, in that case, I'm being an idiot. Hold on, I'm really being an idiot then. We'll see Faith Beyond end up losing his life here. Okay, hold on. Now that you've mentioned this here, there's an idea. There's a possibility of us being able to fix this here issue. Okay, so DK is dead. I just want to make sure that there's nothing else happening. All right. Y'all are gonna love this. Let's see if this works. Hold on. Still not much happening in the game though, but we're gonna be amazed. Check this out. I don't know why I didn't think of this before, and I feel pretty unintelligent, I'll be honest, for not thinking about this earlier, because I should have just done this. Lol, dude. I should have just leveraged the fact that I have B-Cop in my friends list. Legend B-Cop. Shout out B-Cop. Oh lol. Let's see what happens in this fight. Faith Beyond getting run down right now. And they are about to just get out or try to get out. 3 heroes slept up. Will they be able to escape? Just barely. The puck will end up getting taken out by this Ricky. Nope, this is live. It's actually further ahead than the game we came from. I mean, look. I still have the other stream open, right? That's at 18 minutes and the game's at 21, dude. Ah, lol. Shout out B-Cop, y'all. Elder Titan ends up losing his life here. As Innocence can't really do anything about that. Nothing to say. Can he get out of danger? No, he cannot. Lucent Beam will interrupt this from Monet, and the Luna claims the life of Nothing to Say, taking out the Templar Assassin. White Album? Can we get this kill? Stone Gaze? Sinister Gaze rather, not Stone Gaze. There's no Medusa in this game. I love that they got that kill whilst Luna was just in the jungle or in the Roshan pit taking out the Aegis, because now she has access to it. Mask of Madness, Yasha, BKB, life is good. Things are really starting to look quite promising. I still, like I was saying earlier, right? Anytime that the game goes back into a holding pattern of just everybody farming up, it's going to be benefiting the side of PSG.LGD. But active fights, movement across the map that requires skirmishes, pushing on towers, Aster's bread and butter with this kind of draft. You're not trying to scale into the ultra late with these heroes. You want to be effective right now on the map. I also love the build that XXX is going for. Going for the Heaven's Halberd after Crimson Guard here. Massive against the Templar Assassin. Like Ricky, there's limited utility against him, but not necessarily having the best game, so you don't have to worry as much about this little stealth assassin. No. Let's not do that. Listen, y'all. Listen, y'all. You know what we can do for B-Cup, right? For me, if you want to do this for me for B-Cup, don't say anything. Don't say anything, right? Just go follow the stream. That's all you need to do. Follow the stream. That's our appreciation and our thanks. But yeah, let's not create enmity, y'all. Why are y'all trying to create beef? Yo. Damn. We're not in competition, y'all. We're all out here. We're all doing our thing. I think one of the issues that they're experiencing as well on the side of PSG.LGD does primarily involve this Ricky, in the sense that Ame is not really that dangerous in terms of damage, and he's still not feeling strong enough in these engagements to go headlong into it. Needs these stat items, so that's why he's building into this Manta style next. Part of the problem is just the presence of this Viper. White Album has just been a real problem for the team. I also love that since he has this Hurricane Pike, even if he's the one that's caught inside the smoke screen, not really susceptible to the damage block or the evasion given, that you can just force off your way out of it. You're A-okay. Is Lich gonna die here? Shinkyu's in a bit of danger. They get the Pit of Malice down and they find the Lucent Beam. Here come the right clicks. Oh, Winter's Curse onto the Luna. 3 heroes caught inside this. At the same time, they just want to use this as a way to be able to escape. Faith Beyond threw out the Dragon Tail stun onto the Lich, but the Dream Coil connects onto him. They should be able to bring down this Dragon Knight. Faith Beyond takes a tumble. I don't know why Faith Beyond went back there. I think they should have just let it go. Be like, hey, Lich, if you die, you die. But Faith Beyond tried to save him, keep him alive. Unfortunately, ends up sacrificing his own life in the process. This game 1 going really well for Team Aster, as they're about to secure this tier 2 tower in the mid lane. Sure, they lose a tier 1 top, but whatever, they're not actually concerned about this. Ame just gets Manta from it. Erstwhile, Monet already has Manta, already has the BKB, and is moving into Skadi next. So the distance between himself and the Ricky continues to increase. Oh, also I can, since we are back this side in the actual game, I can move the banner back to the bottom. Thank God, dude. Hate it in that top position. There we go. Much better. Oh, and I also have to like resize it, right? Yeah, I gotta do that. Cool. I'll do it a little bit more smoothly later, but right now, who cares? This is indeed a preview for TI. In my opinion, if TI was now, LGD would win. But with TI being further and further away, it might also affect them psychologically, right? In that you're not going to be giving your all right now. You know that you're the favorite team. You know that everybody's watching you. You know, give you time to try and experiment with these different kind of games. There was a portion of time back on the old LGD where Ame did also try experimenting with these more active carries rather than the bigger farmers. There would be occasions where it would work out quite well, but by and large, honestly, I prefer Ame on the Luna style heroes. Interestingly enough, if you hadn't told me who was playing who, I would tell you that Ame is probably going to play Luna and Ricky would be played by Monet. So interesting inversion here that we're seeing from these playstyles with these teams. They got a kill onto Faith Beyond down bottom, but it's not going to accomplish them all that much on that side of the map. Will allow them to move up onto the high ground. When did they get the sentry off? It's relatively recent, but they just want to make sure that not more easy farms available for the TA by these ancients, as she is still keeping up in the net worth. Going for this nullifier next, so they want some kind of way to help deal with the BKB on Luna, but also this helps against the Heaven's Halberd and the Hurricane Pike of the Viper. If you can get on top of this hero, get down the Halberd and the smoke screen, there's actually a lot of effectiveness that is then denied away from White Album under those circumstances. Also, it looks like they've gone for the double Halberd between the Underlord and the TA. So dual evasion procs onto both the Templar Assassin as well as the Ricky, or it's just gonna be what, 7 seconds of round the clock doing nothing, or 6 seconds. Oh yeah, 6 seconds on the Ricky, 10 seconds on the TA, where there's nothing you can do. Outpost claimed now by Team Aster. The scary thing is that despite all the things that are going well for them, they still can't really afford to make too many mistakes, right? They're playing into one of these heroes that is always a major worry for your teams that have these more fragile right clickers. Playing into this Winter Wyvern, especially with an ET in the game, every single fight actually does still represent the possibility of you dying and losing everything. And interestingly enough, the stronger the Luna gets, the higher that risk becomes. So you need to play very, very circumspectly on the map. Don't take any frivolous fights. Wait for the next Aegis. Get this butterfly online. Make sure you do not squander the lead that you have right now. Weirdly enough, most of this game's gold lead is being kept at bay by Nothing to Say, all by his lonesome. Nullifier has arrived. Nullifier has already arrived. Are you kidding me? Also, I love this build that Nothing to Say goes for, where you skip Blink Dagger entirely. Like, we started to see this at the very beginning when people started to go for the D-Lance into Deso build instead of Blink Deso. And players would skip the Blink Dagger, go for the Aghanim Scepter later as their mobility item. Then it started to fall off again as people were like, man, yo, you feel a bit slow sometimes without that Blink Dagger, and you don't feel as threatening in the fight, especially to the heroes that sit on the very far back end of the fight. But in this game, I definitely do not think that Blink Dagger would have helped them as much at the stages of the game where they were at, given how these fights were looking. Probably would have just put them in worse positions going forward. I feel like Blink Dagger is great when your team can follow up and help you dish out this damage, but Armor and Faith Beyond not necessarily in those positions to be able to help you follow up, so makes sense to tank up first and now go back to be able to pick up that Aghanim Scepter as a way to have mobility across the map. Could still go for Blink later as well, for Nothing to Say. The smoke from Team Aster doesn't net them anything on the map, so they're going to try rather for the Roshan. This has been scouted by the Psionic Trap on the ground. They're heading in this direction from PSG.LGD. They're aware that this Roshan attempt is happening. They need to be careful here. Shinkyu has the Winter Wyvern Curse, throws it out onto this Viper. Viper gets all pitted up. Do they have this damage for the kill? Indeed they do. The Soul Burn, Faith Beyond, make sure it will trigger with the Dragon Tail stun. They've removed the Viper from play. No buyback available either at this point for White Album, and with Roshan being so low, this represents a great opportunity for PSG.LGD. Nothing to Say in the pit right now. Once the Aegis, we see Monet using the Eclipse. Faith Beyond takes the Aegis up, and with the Eclipse rolling forward, that's Luna forced to pop the BKB, but the ET Splitter will drag her back into a terrible position, and she's going to end up losing her life. The Pit of Malice does prevent Ame and this young Elder Titan from Innocence from chasing too far forward, but nonetheless they got what they wanted. A kill on Luna, the Aegis picked up, and suddenly they're back in this potentially. Also, it might seem like a mistake that Nothing to Say isn't the one that got the Aegis, but I suspect it was actually on purpose for them to give it to Faith Beyond. I mean, Faith Beyond has been the one that's been chain dying in a lot of these engagements. Nothing to Say has not been in anything near that kind of risk. In fact, once you get the Aghanim Scepter, it becomes a lot easier for you as the Templar Assassin to get yourself in and out of these fights without worrying about losing your life. They also got a BKB for Ricky. Okay. Things are starting to change. I like that Ricky did change his mind towards going Skadi first and opted for the BKB. I was saying earlier on that I think he might be able to get away with just stats, but then the way the game actually ended up going, that turned out to be an impossibility. So get the BKB. This way you can also just run headlong through the fight, search for the puck, search for this Viper to be able to drop down your smoke screen. And I think Viper might need BKB as well. If nothing else, to help you against Echo Stomp, to help you against the silence of the smoke screen. You can't really rely on the Hurricane Pike anymore. But then again, this Nullifier might still affect your BKB, but I just feel you feel safer with the BKB. Just get the item, man. This AC, I don't think will have that big of an impact by the time it gets picked up. But we shall see as the fight is coming. Both teams are smoked up. They find the Viper first. White Album gets Winter's Curse. ET Splitter dragging heroes back into him. Will they have the damage for this kill? Indeed they do. Luna as well caught with the Echo Stomp. We see the puck jumping forward to look for Innocence as well as the TA. In the meantime, Army and Faith Beyond managed to jump down onto the Lich. And now they managed to isolate the Luna. Monet pops the BKB. Will be able to fight here. Looking for Nothing to Say. Will be able to kill Nothing to Say. Faith Beyond looking for a kill onto the Underlord. Won't be able to do so as the Dark Rift takes him and Monet back home. Make sure that Monet, despite having the BKB down, will not suffer any damage from the rest of PSG.LGD. Interesting fight on that one. Gets split in two directions. The Lich dies on this western part of the fight, but Nothing to Say. Turns out, even with Luna not having any allies nearby, just her turning on BKB, standing her ground, going chest out with her Dota, more than enough damage provided to deal with Nothing to Say. She is still the net worth leader after all. And she did all of that without needing to commit the Eclipse, so they still have it available for a follow-up fight. Now it's close. Nice close score bottom. I thought the puck was going to get caught there by the smoke screen. Ends up not being the case. Are we lagging a bit? I'm getting a little bit of server lag. I'm definitely experiencing that. I don't know if it's going to be affecting all of y'all in the stream as well. But let me know how it's looking. After that fight, Radiant side for Team Aster will still be feeling that, okay, it's not the worst thing in the world. They have actually given up the overall gold lead in the game. Experience and gold in the favor of PSG.LGD, but Team Aster still has this really strong Luna. However, as the game goes later and later, she starts to become the only real threatening hero on the side of Team Aster. This Viper, not only will they be able to effectively deal with him, they've already been able to effectively deal with him. These last couple of engagements has just been them getting the catch onto White Album, bringing the Viper down first, and now they're going to try and go for another fight. Oh god, they found Luna. Oh god, oh god. They got the silence out onto her. There's going to be the splitter, lots of damage being done. But they don't want to force this fight. They forced off her forward, forced out the BKB with the Eclipse. Faith Beyond also uses BKB, and there's going to be the Winter's Curse. The Dark Rift will come out so they can make sure that Luna stays alive. TP back home, it's all good. The fight though still continuing as White Album might be in some degree of danger, saved by the puck, getting the Dream Crown out onto Faith Beyond and Nothing to Say. With Pit of Malice dropped down onto this DK, this might be an opportunity to kill him. His Aegis has just expired. He needs to flap away onto the high ground. Does have the Aghanim Scepter so he can fly over the cliffs. That fight though will definitely worry the side of Team Aster. So BKB charge, it was already down in 6 seconds, so it doesn't really matter. Eclipse was used. And what's very scary is that the only way they've been getting this Luna out of these engagements is using the Dark Rift. What starts to happen if they can kill XXX early in the engagement? Oh, it's a frame lag. That sucks. I do not have access to Dota Plus, so I cannot show you the win percentage, unfortunately. Oh, also, I didn't mention earlier. You know, I was mentioning that we had issues with the Twitch connection to the servers. We've also been having internet issues, just general internet problems today. Beautiful day today, huh? So there are several sources where the lag could be coming from. It's either server lag, internet lag, or Twitch server lag. Good times, y'all. As the game has paused, PSG.LGD have been effectively able to recover their positioning. Where they start to really feel like the game is theirs to lose. Once they get the Skadi, like the game was looking decent for them when, for the side of Aster that is, when Ricky was afraid to really jump and fight. That's not really a thing anymore. So this creates major problems because how on earth do they keep these engagements going? They also don't have any Lincoln spheres on the team, so they can't even protect themselves against the curse. So even if they do get these BKBs, double halberd, which I'm pretty sure they regret the second halberd. Like the Underlord halberd is fine, but they 100% are not happy about the fact that they bought halberd on White Album. Also, I don't know where this Ghost Scepter was building into, but this item build, and there's also just a value plate mail. Oh, because he was building AC. I remember, but now he feels he wants Satanic so he can get some kind of lifesteal going. This was really bad. Because you've got now, how much gold is this? What? 1400, 1400, 2800 gold. That's effectively not helping you in this game. So that's a significant portion of this Viper's net worth that kind of dead on the hero. Hasn't really assisted in keeping him alive through these Winter's Curses. Won't assist the rest of the team. I mean, if you sell Halberd, well, if you hadn't bought Halberd or either of these items, you would have actually had the gold for Satanic right now. Or even BKB or any other item. So not really feeling the greatest right now for White Album. First of all, this build from this TA is starting to become a very, very scary. Daedalus being queued up by her. Especially considering that laning slot, the first 5 minutes of the game, left far behind for nothing to say. Oh, I understand what's happening here. Okay, cool. I was wondering why does stuff always popping up on the screen, but I still had display capture on. What an odd day. What an odd day. Faith Beyond wants AC. That will help buttress the damage of the Templar Assassin. Help to key. I mean, they only also have one source of major physical damage on the other side, so the additional armor for the gang will make quite a huge difference. And the negative armor will also help because they have this ET. Has a solar crest, max points into the natural order at the level 15. Also got the hero attacks. That's going to be hilarious. Watching the innocents just run forward, smashing people in the face. I feel like also once they get Roshan number 2, actually maybe Rosh, like, yeah, Rosh 2 is strong enough. After you get Rosh 2, just go high ground here, right? At that point, I don't think they'll be strong enough anymore to resist that from Team Aster. Must say as well, Shinkyu's had a phenomenal performance. The Psychic Headband in the inventory, but the main thing has been these Blink Curses with the Orchid Malevolence as well. Making sure that the hero that gets jumped on with the curse takes so much damage in that time period that even if they don't die during the curse, the Soul Burn almost always gets them at the very end of it. Damn, this is a long pause. We still have the Doyu stream open. The crowd is just chilling. Everybody hanging out.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
I'm dead. I'm dead. What do they want next for Underlord? He wants BKB. Wait, who paused by the way, actually? The Ricky paused. Alright. So the circumstances of the pause are unknown at this point in time, but it's occurring, it's happened. Luna wants a shard next so she has the drop down Lucent Beam on the ground as well as a Satanic to help her through these fights. So we'll have the double Satanic. Nah, White Album wants BKB. Yep, that's the right choice, I think. Would it be literally has enough gold. If he didn't have the Ghost Scepter and the plate mail, has enough gold right now for a BKB. Feels bad. Oh, they said mic problem. Okay. I'm trying to consider as well possible routes back into a commanding position for the side of Team Aster. Part of the problem for them is this Puck, who I think would actually be one of the better heroes to help them in this regard. is playing support in this game, so they can't really give this hero the resources necessary. Like, because the main issue in my mind in these fights is that they can never really reach Shinkyu or Innocence. So these heroes are literally free to do whatever they want, and their effectiveness in these fights has been pretty apparent. Puck not really in a position to do much about it. Their vision game has also been compromised, given what the map has been looking like. They at least have some positive vision in their own jungle, but that could possibly be de-warded as they're occupying this area of the map on the side of LGD. Finally, we do get the unpause going. Back in the game. Let's go. Older Titan. I like that hero. Very fun hero to play. Not very good at it though, so I don't play it often, but it's fun. Team Aster now stacking up together as a crew. We'll see what they're going to be able to accomplish. Frustrating thing for them is they don't really have any leverage over PSG.LGD. They can't, like, there's no way they can bluff say to try and force a high ground fight, right? Because they know they're playing into Wyvern, they have to play very carefully. So PSG.LGD, even if they do scout heroes top, probably won't be drawn back to defend against the side of the map. They can stick in the Radiant jungle. We do see some of these D-wards we thought would start happening, and they're consolidating control over this area of the map and making things fairly blind for the side of Team Aster. Look how little they see. The frustration with this is that they still have a need and a requirement to keep farming these Ancients with the Luna, so she stays up and farm. But okay, we'll talk about it in a second. Now they have to fight bottom. Dream Coil out onto Faith Beyond. BKB activated by the DK to fight inside the Dream Coil. Can't break it, of course. This is Aghanim's Coil. Still, we're going to be isolated after the BKB expires. They're just going to leave Faith Beyond behind. We'll be able to get that kill. At the same time, they might be able to bring down Shinkyu, and indeed, White Album will finally find his revenge on this Winter Wyvern. And they're able to claim Shinkyu's life. Great Dream Coil to set up onto Faith Beyond to allow them to get this fight started to begin with. And I like the fact that in that position, Borax is thinking to himself, it doesn't really matter if I catch several heroes, it matters if I catch at least one core. Forces them away from the tower. Gives us time to farm. And gives us time to try and force some buybacks as they're coming in through this mid lane. Without the Winter Wyvern, that's the only time they feel safe. If Wyvern is alive, you can't make this push. If Wyvern is dead, you have to go for it. Alright, but Wyvern already committed Curse as well, so you can still be here. You can still stick around. Winter's Curse is the dangerous spell. Somebody on the team has 100% put down the timer of when to be aware of the spell being back online. DK still hasn't brought back. They get the damage down. Tier 3 tower about to take a tumble, and there it goes. Luna desperate to try and get damage onto these racks, but they realize with everybody coming back, let's just Dark Rift out of here. Got the tier 3 for free, forces a buyback out of Shinkyu. So now if we kill Shinkyu again, that's going to be him in the grave for a really long time. Alrighty, good times. Oh no, server lag is back. This time I know this one is a server lag. I can see it. Feels bad. Transfer received. European. So let's ask you the question: how much did you bet? How much did you bet on LGD? Huh? BKB finally picked up by White Album. So the double BKB is on. They don't have the third one just yet. However, that item will definitely make the next couple of minutes quite strong for Team Aster. They want to utilize this around the Roshan pit, who's going to be respawning in about 70 seconds. Will be very scary to fight into that area of the map for the side of Team Aster if they don't first get a pick off. the same time, wouldn't really want to fight into the Chain Frost Eclipse. Didn't work out the last time around the Roshan. So we'll see how it goes in this instance. Smoke up here from the side of PSG.LGD.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Big smoke wraparound. Ooh, they caught the puck first. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Ricky. BKB was activated, but the puck is not really the best target to find first because she just buys back. Back in the engagement now, they find the Dream Coil out onto Faith Beyond. Faith Beyond in a little bit of danger here. Eclipse will connect onto him. Shinkyu buys time with the Cold Embrace. BKB now activated. Faith Beyond gonna try flap away. Dream Coil has expired. They also found the stun out onto Monet, who flickers away, trying to keep the chase going onto Faith Beyond, and they will be able to find that kill. Winter's Curse thrown out onto Viper, but nobody else affected to dish in the damage. Buyback will be on from Faith Beyond, but at the same time, Monet finding and killing the Arme Ricky thanks to the help of the Pit of Malice. Looks like the final right click did go the way of XXX, but that is massive for Team Aster.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Double buybacks. So now that they have no buyback available on Ricky and no buyback available on Winter Wyvern and no buyback on Faith Beyond, the advantage is all for Team Aster. So they can play aggressively on this side of the map, knowing full well that yes, there is a Roshan line, yes, they have scary spells around it, but if any of their heroes die, will almost automatically win the fight. Flicker away, there for the Luna. Doesn't want to get too slowed up. And they're looking towards Roshan now. They know it's up. They know that they would be loath to lose out on this Aegis on the side of PSG.LGD, so they will want to fight around this area. Getting a lot of server lag right now. Game is hard. But we can still see, for the most part, what is somewhat happening here. Oof! Look at that. Oof, that was nice and laggy. Oof, look at that. Oof. Gotta love to see it. White Album in the trees, leading the charge. Puck gets a 4-hero Dream Coil. Okay, BKB's popped by some of these heroes. Pit of Malice down onto 3 as well. Luna going into the fray with BKB active, but the Winter's Curse stalls her out and she won't be able to keep this chase going. They're just trying to retreat here for the side of PSG.LGD, but they split the fight onto the high ground and they found a kill onto the puck. ET Splitter makes it hard for them to keep chasing on the side of Team Aster. Sleeping Dart thrown out onto the Viper allows Arme to run away into the eastern part of the map. So everybody somehow lives from the side of PSG.LGD. Still no real advantage gained for either lineup. Puck dead for 100 seconds, but they still don't feel strong enough as LGD to just go into the Roshan pit and try force out this Aegis, because their own heroes have a risk of dying with similar cooldowns on their respawns. So there's no point trying to go for that kind of play. No point forcing that kind of aggression. Rather try to take it easy. LGD though will come up onto the higher ground. As I say that though, looking for this fight. Pit of Malice down onto 2. I don't know about this one if I'm honest. I feel like even with this numerical advantage, right now this Luna's like really strong. So I don't know if it's the best time to try and force a fight here. They jump onto her with the Dragon Tail stun. She flickers it back away. And they bought enough time for the puck to be able to respawn. So 5v5 fight around the Roshan pit will be on. Still 90 seconds until we have Winter Wyvern with buyback. 4 minutes until we have a buyback for the DK. Ricky as well. Similar timing to wait for. On the bright side, since he doesn't have buyback now, can without guilt just finish the Eye of Skadi. Has that and a Penta-Edge sword. You know, life is a bit nicer. Alright, Puck back online. Their primary source of initiation is this Puck, of course. So with Puck being dead, they were like, let's not try force a fight. You know, maybe at some point in this game, they might consider getting the Aghanim Scepter on this Lich for the AoE gaze. If they can overlay the AoE gaze on top of a very good Dream Coil, like what we saw on this side of the map, can you just imagine what Luna's going to be able to do with all that time to just right-click unimpeded? She's also going for a Swift Blink here after the Daedalus. Okay, Swift Blink Luna. That'll be entertaining. That'll be engaging. Also love the fact that they just brought this Wind Waker on the Winter Wyvern. They didn't really have much save potential themselves outside of the Cold Embrace Curse. So now they have one more dimension, something else that the Wyvern can do in the fight. The Radiant side though, still playing very, very carefully around Roche. What's TA going for? She's also going for the Swift Blink. At long last, we are going to get Blink Dagger from Nothing to Say, with Swift Blink coming at the very end of the build. Pretty much maxed out at this point. After Swift Blink, you chow the Ags, and then you buy Moonshot. You can still buy the Hex, but then you are maxed out. Luna approaching that point in the game as well. She actually just needs the Aghanim Scepter Blessing as well as Moonshot, and she's maxed out as well. Already has 6 items in the inventory right now. Still wants the BKB. She's going to play 7 items having BKB Butterfly. So she pops BKB, then you backpack it in favor of the Butterfly. So a lot of they keep fighting for this outpost control, making sure that they have this experience. 48 minutes into this game almost. Oh, Faith Beyond, they get the jump, they get the catch onto this Puck. Puck is gone, 80 seconds, no buyback. Alrighty, Chain Frost now bouncing through. There's gonna be a huge ET splitter onto Luna. She does pop the BKB Satanic. She's trying to get all her HP back with the Eclipse going down onto ET. She's almost got the kill onto him, but her BKB will finish. Wind Waker keeps the ET alive, and now she's gone. Just dead, no buyback available for Puck. There is buybacks available for the Luna Viper as well as for the Lich. Viper might need to use that buyback because it's going to end up getting taken out now. All 5 heroes brought down low. And will they consider buying back to try and save this Aegis? The Lich has committed it, but Nothing to Say is going to get rid of this Roshan extremely quickly. Nobody else buying back means this Roshan is going to go down for sure. Aegis Cheese with the Refresher Shard picked up now for the PSG.LGD lineup. We'll start with Faith Beyond getting a very good Dragon Tail stun to kill the Puck early. They try to force the fight onto the high ground using this Luna, but my god, that ET splitter brings her down to like less than a third of her HP super quickly. So she's forced to spend most of her time using Satanic just to try to get back HP. You might be asking, why didn't she try a BKB Flea? But she couldn't. She had like what, 400 or 500 health? She has to use Satanic to get it all back. Dives onto the ET to try and make it happen, but remember, she's been using this BKB so often that it's no longer available to protect her for more than 6 seconds. As soon as it goes down, she is easy pickings for the rest of the lineup. Also, that Wind Waker, we finally did get to see it. Shin-Q saves the life of Innocence in the process. Also has a full Bloodthorn on the Winter Wyvern. Are you kidding me? PSG.LGD, yo. PSG.LGD, yo. Believe this hype. I'm gonna keep believing. The organization was robbed by OG in 2018. 2019. Let's not even talk about that year, but they're out here now. And this game going really well. 50 minutes though. This actually kind of sucks because I have to cast Dota 2 Champions League at 2 o'clock. So in like an hour and 10 minutes. So the longer these games go, the less of it I'm available for. Feels bad. But this game has been extremely entertaining. 20k gold lead right now. experience over 30,000. And we see that reflected in these levels, right? Level 30 almost attained for nothing to say. DK, one of the only heroes on his team not to have 25, but is about to attain it. Then it's only really going to be this Elder Titan of Innocence who's left in the dust. Everybody else has their 25s. Winter Wyvern got the Splinter Blast stun, which is crazy. DK just hit 25. What's going to be the option here? I think you get the Dragon Tail, but I don't think you need the bonus regen in this situation. Yep, there we go.
I'm dead.
We can see the items more. Hey, shout out Twigger. Alright, so we see now Luna starting to think about going for the full 6 slotting. Wants the blessing. TA has enough money to get blessed right now and then start building into the next item even with buyback. And indeed, there's going to be the blessing purchase. What will the options be? Also interesting that she's still sitting with the Quicksilver amulet. Let's see what other neutral items they have in the team. Oh, freaking hell. I keep forgetting that when you're not inside the lobby, it's very annoying to be able to check like Direside's neutrals. And she did indeed buy the Hex that we were talking about earlier. So she's going to eat the blessing, buy Hex. All that's left is Moonshot, but she's maxed. She's full. Ricky's sitting with the Penta Edge Sword we saw earlier. Telescope on the Elder Titan. I'm kind of surprised they're deciding for that instead of giving the Telescope to Winter Wyvern, but I suppose Wyvern's been doing well enough with the Blink. Gonna buy the Octarine Core now anyway, that it doesn't really matter. Also, you can see the priority that Shinkyu has in this game because he's the one that gets the Refresher Shard. Double Winter's Curse will win any fight. Luna will die. If you get one Winter's Curse on Luna, that's it. You've won the fight. Because you'll get the second one, she will die, and you will be able to win the fight. Pretty much how the fight goes is Luna going to die? If yes, PSG.LGD win everything. If no, it's still possible for Aster to come back with a victory in an engagement, but still very, very difficult. Stormcrafter for the Underlord. Got a Ceremonial Robe for the Lich. Spell Prism for Puck as well. So both supports on the 4 position in the teams having themselves access to that item. Faith Beyond keeping the Illusionist Cape. Can get a double dragon in a fight. That'll be kind of nice. Team Aster just going to be stuck in the base for now, doing their best to hold on this side. Just huddle, gang. Huddle, huddle, huddle. And there they go with the smoke out. Hoping to find somebody maybe errantly in the triangle, get some vision down in the process. Because they have no control of the map right now. Look what they saw before this, before they made this move. So at the very least they get something back. This is mostly about being able to get that vision. At the same time, here's Winter Wyvern. Winter's Curse. It is going to be bounced back by the Lotus Orb, but it gets followed up by the Echo Stomp. Do they want to take this fight? Jump in by Faith Beyond. He finds the Puck. Puck will not be able to use Dream Coil if you're dead. Still kept alive, but the Chain Frost might help to kill the Underlord. Look who's on the other side of the fight. Luna is in between all of these heroes from LGD with the Eclipse. Almost kills Winter Wyvern. Shinkyu, Golden Brace, keeps him alive. Now Luna is going to run out of BKB. She's in danger. She gets onto the high ground with the Flicker, looking for the kill onto the Winter Wyvern. Will be able to get it, but at what cost? Surrounded by the rest of LGD. There will be a kill there. Faith Beyond almost by himself, zoned back the rest of Team Aster. And with Luna gone, she does have buyback. She'll be forced to commit it. She has to buy Refresher, because as soon as she loses BKB, she literally does nothing. Needs the Refresher. Will not have that plus buyback, as she needs to potentially buy back soon. Without the Winter Wyvern though, it makes it a bit easier. You're not concerned about a secondary curse on the high ground. But looks like they're going to rather play it safely. They're not going to try anything here. Despite Luna being dead, I feel like they're playing a bit too safe on this. I suppose they don't have access to the dragon form anymore. TA doesn't have BKB at the time anymore. Ricky did, but you know, Ricky's not the hero you want sieging the high ground. And without the Winter Wyvern, they don't have that big curse potential to just turn one fight amazingly with. So, gotta wait for the Wyvern. Sometimes supports win games not just by getting you map control, getting you vision, securing your lanes, but with some pretty broken abilities. Puck picks up the Aeon disc. Make sure that she's gonna have some survivability,
Tower is under attack.
which is important, right? We saw in that previous fight how rough things look if Puck isn't laying down any positive lockdown. Underlord tried with the Pit of Malice, but there's BKBs from everyone. They need this Axe Dream Coil, and if it's not available early in the fight, they actually can't win the fight. Luna herself, she ran forward, but couldn't keep any heroes locked down long enough to kill them easily. So that Aeon Disc will help. The refresher for her will help as well. Right now at the stage of the game, we're about to approach the 1 hour mark. Tier 5 items coming soon. Faith Beyond, jumping on the high ground, they find Luna. Oh! Look at the damage! Damn, hold on. One of the best parts about not doing this official, we get to do the rewind. Hold on. I need to see how that happened so quickly. Look at this damage. So they poured onto this outpost. This is why you want outpost control. This observer ward gives them vision. And woo! Damn, that was fast. Now there's no Luna, 90 seconds. They will definitely force a buyback on this one because that was a newly used Ancient Black Dragon. Illusionist Cape comes through as well. We've got a creep wave coming because Ame was making sure it comes into the base, and here they go for the final fight. XXX caught first, killed first, drops a gem on the deck. Luna coming in with the turnaround. Eclipse dropped onto the ground, will help her to kill the Elder Titan. Faith Beyond needs BKB, and they're not coming in with the defensive curse just yet, but there it is. It arrives at last, but Luna still alive, still fighting. Outside the base is XXX. Look at the damage he's taking from Ame, and they will be able to find that kill. Does cost them the life of the DK though, as DK does go down. Cold Embrace on the Winter Wyvern. Shinkyu will end up tumbling here, and they've managed to mount this defense from Team Aster. Looks like they didn't initiate cleanly enough. In particular, the in-between jumps from retreating from Luna from the rest of the squad, but DK and Elder Titan staying in the base to fight Luna ends up bringing both of those heroes into a very precarious position. And they have lost their lives. They might want something else, but they won't be able to get it. Luna's damage is still very, very scary. Do not underestimate it. Also, once you run out of BKBs, this Viper. Don't forget White Album in this game. Don't forget the presence of Viper Strike. Things still hang in the balance. Roshan, nothing to say is inside the pit right now, as these three heroes on the side of Team Aster are smoked around the pit. They buy back onto... Oh, they catch this Puck. Nullifier makes sure that the Aeon Disc will not offer the necessary protection. They've gotten that kill. Now, White Album in danger on the high ground. Pops BKB on the Viper. Shiva's gone onto the low ground to try and escape. Winter Wyvern pops the curse to make sure it's not going to be possible. Going to be another death on the Viper. Does have buyback. Will probably need to use it to defend the base. Faith Beyond will grab the Aegis because he, of course, brought back for his team. Okay, 36k gold lead. Do they finally have enough of a lead to go high ground? Oh, sorry, my bad. My bad, Punham. My bad. I won't do it again. Faith Beyond. Here on the high ground. Pushing for this tier 3 tower. Luna gonna try and make sure she helps defend this. Viper does have buyback. They don't want to have to use it. Look at the magic damage going on to Faith Beyond. There's quite a lot. Half the HP has been taken away just by the ground targeted Lucid Beam. That level 20 addition is making a huge difference here for the Luna. Once she gets level 30 as well, the hold is even easier. And she's holding back the DK. Of course, Underlord can hold back the creeps with Firestorm. They can defend for so long here. Also, I love how Ricky's been largely ignored.
I mean, he's had an impact, don't get me wrong, but he's not really the priority for either lineup, right? PSG.LGD don't care that much if he survives the fight. For Team Aster, they don't care that much if he's the target. They just want to make sure that if they're not being silenced on Luna and she can get her right clicks off, it's fine. Semi-sleeping dart's annoying, but they have major difficulties coming up this hill. The issue is, unless they have the Dragon Knight form, they can't actually push. They do have it now with double Sea Dragons, so this might represent a golden time to try and make something happen here. 5 seconds until the Viper is alive. You can see PSG.LGD do not want to take an unnecessary risk, and also Team Aster understand the game state. They look at the wave and they're like, if those double Sea Dragons get on top of us, they will come through with the push. And even though Luna took a big risk going down the low ground, it was necessary to kill those Sea Dragons in the mid lane. Sleeping Dart will not land on White Album, blinked away, but Faith Beyond now can go in with the Dragon Knight form. And did pick up a Pirate Hat now though, so has given up on the Illusionist Cape, but will have this to make sure that he has the necessary attack speed. So, didn't see what other tier 5 items we got. Let's see. Ooh, look at that, a Stagey for Nothing to Say. That's pretty huge. This is pretty great as well, getting a CS Stone for the Winter Wyvern. Already having access to Aether Lens, much more cost range. It's pretty insane right now. And they give the Pirate Hat back over to the ET because Faith Beyond wants the Giant Ring. Look at this thing! What? Are you kidding me, dude? Come on, dude. Look how big this dragon is. Come on, man. Gotta relax, Faith Beyond. Gotta relax. Because they can't really leave their base right now, they can't go access the tier 5 items that are available. They at the very least got themselves a Book of the Dead for the Lich, but he seems to be the only one carrying something. 46,000 gold lead. Nothing to say. Coming across the puck, Nullifier down. And they'll be able to reclaim the gem. Well, I say reclaim, but they're stealing it. Gem dropped down. The courier is most likely going to go pick this one up, and the rest of the team now coming. They know there's no buyback on the puck. Still on cooldown, so they get the jump forward. They find the stun potentially onto Luna. She gets off the BKB though, and she throws down the ground targeted Eclipse, which almost kills Arme and forces him to pop BKB. Now though, the Akins go back right in on the side of PSG.LGD. Jumping on the high ground, Faith Beyond. They use up onto this Underlord. Here comes the jump up. Nothing to say, he gets hex back. The Lotus Orb. That's going to be a trap. Nothing to say, he's going to get past it. No TA. Winter's Curse though does come through quite well. Faith Beyond cane locked by the Eclipse, tanking too much damage from this second Winter's Curse on the high ground. They want this Luna. They got the Bloodthorn stun out onto her. Will she die from this? Yes, she will. No buyback available for 2 minutes. They brought back on the TA as well. Arme here onto White Album. They should be able to bring down this Viper. Viper does buy back, however. At the same time, these buildings being sieged by Nothing to Save. Cleaned up the full lane of Brax middle. The team looking for the bottom one. And this might have finally been it. They've done it. 63 minutes is all it takes. GG well played is called. And PSG.LGD will take game number 1 here against Team Aster. That was a wild game. That was a wild game. That was a wild game. That was... oh, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So this gem down and die small cam. Lol. Lol, lol, lol. Dude, that game was wild, man. That game was wild stuff. Is the next game on yet? No, not yet. Yo, that game was crazy. Aster, despite having an overwhelmingly strong Luna for most of the game, just it became about Luna all by herself. She couldn't do it all alone with the rest of this draft. Like, I could maybe have seen it if maybe this was like mid-puck, and hell, even if Viper was playing support, honestly, because as this game went longer and longer, I started to feel more and more, why was Viper mid? If you can't get something going as a team around 30 something minutes, well, I'm being a bit unfair here, right? Because there was a portion of the game where Team Aster were legitimately ahead, right? And they were legitimately doing quite well. and legitimately found themselves in a position where they taken tier 2's top, were trying to force a push onto the tier 3 tower in the top lane. Things did not look terrible for them at all, but just time. The issue with this draft is time is their enemy, and they couldn't make it work fast enough to make this draft go smoothly. They managed to steal a tier 3 tower at some point once Winter Wyvern was dead, but I feel like, yo, listen. Nothing to say, might be 15, 5 and 9. Faith BR might be 3. Okay, let's leave the 11 out. 3 and 22 on the KA. But Shin-Q, y'all. Listen. It is not an exaggeration, right, to say that Shin-Q won this game for PSG.LGD. If this was any other hero but Winter Wyvern in this position, they probably lose. But because it isn't, because it's Winter Wyvern, specifically Winter Wyvern, and specifically because of the item build he went for, he wins them this game. If he doesn't go for that Orchid build, for example, there's no need for Viper to have to buy BKB at the stage where he realizes things are starting to go awry for me. If Winter Wyvern doesn't go Blink Dagger afterwards, there's no need for Team Aster to be like, okay, if Winter Wyvern is alive, we can do nothing, and we have to back away from playing aggressively. So Shin-Q, y'all know what it is. Subscribers, pull through. Do the right thing. Here we go. Putting in that work. Shin-Q did the right thing. Yeah, it is a best of 3 here, Table Caesar. However, depending on what this game looks like now, I have an official thing for Dota 2 Champions League in like 50 minutes from now. So game 2 better be very quick. Let's just say that. Game 2 better be very quick. Better be very, very quick. But Team Aster, they get the dub. Let's award channel points and the like. Oh, PSG.LGD, sorry. Get the dub. There we go. So fantastic game that we saw here for game 1. Let us hope that game 2 lives up to the future of this billing. I hope it goes faster, game 2, because like I said, I hope to finish the series before I have to go. But at the end of the day, if I have to go, I have to go. I agreed to do that work, so we gotta do it. I didn't expect the games to start so late. Unfortunately, I'm sorry about that, and I didn't expect it to take so long. So had I known, would have planned differently, but it is what it is. Anyway, game 1 in the books. PSG.LGD with a dub on that one. We'll see how they can perform in game 2. Will they take the 2-0, or will Team Aster force them back into a situation where it's 1-1 and we have to play out a deciding third game? We'll find out together. So make sure that you are following the channel. In the meantime, make sure you come say hi and chat. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you had fun, if you enjoyed yourself. Just tell me where your mind is at right now. Who do you think is going to win the next game? And of course, if you've enjoyed yourself enough to consider supporting the channel, several ways you can do so. You can decide to become a subscriber here on Twitch by hitting that big purple button underneath the stream. Or you can decide to become a patron on patreon.com by hitting the orange button in the about section of the stream. Last but not least, of course, become a donator. Get your name here. Be like Miguel and the Beast. Put in a young donation of literally any amount, because every single cent, not only does it help to keep the stream alive, to keep things going, but it also gets reinvested to improve things here on the stream. Scant, who many of you should know in the scene, has done a wonderful thing and done a pretty cool fundraiser, which got quite a lot more than I thought it would. And that money is going to be going directly into improving things, for example, a new mic, hopefully. And with your help, the setup just gets better and better with time. We have a ring light now. I'm not at the main house, so the green screen is not behind me, but every little improvement is because of y'all and your help, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. And now, game 2 coming, so do not go anywhere, because we'll return shortly with some more Dota 2 action.
So pure, so pure, so pure. So deep, so deep, so deep. So real, so real, so real.
Ladies, gentlemen, and my NB comrades, what's up? Welcome. It's your boy Snare. We're going into game 2 here in I-League in the playoffs between PSG.LGD and the side of Team Aster. Now, these playoffs are double elimination, of course. We didn't really get to discuss the story of I-League because of all the issues in game 1. Both of them have legitimate claims at different times in the last couple of months to being a best team in the world. Aster and PSG.LGD. Aster looked really good in league play, started dropping off towards the latter portion of the season. PSG.LGD, though, started just increasing their own momentum and their own strength in that particular time period and have looked dominant. So this is an interesting matchup. One of the things I think as well is that between the two captains, drafters, like there's a lot of great minds involved here in this particular series. One team has Lanem
The other team has Zhao 8 and Innocence. Are you kidding me? So many cool things. So let's see how things go. Game 1 was that was a fun one. Now we're in the game 2. We're hoping that this one goes a lot more quickly. We have, let me just let y'all know, as of right now, we've got 38 minutes before I have to go. So we're good. Let's go. Let's see what we got. Team Aster playing on Radiant side, PSG.LGD on the Dire. No surprise to see Winter Wyvern getting picked. You know, actually, from this game that we just saw, I have this feeling that Winter Wyvern is going to start becoming that hero. It's already starting to see a lot more play, but I think what didn't help, or what helped rather, the odds of the hero being picked more, is 9 being able to play it so effectively on Tundra from the mid lane. Whenever you start to see a hero get more play from mid, then it gives you that understanding that, yo, this hero is really good if it can have a good performance with experience and farm, a good performance with just experience. Just there's so many things you can do. Game 1 already showed us the power of this Winter Wyvern. So Team Aster grab it for themselves here. They also take away the Templar Assassin from nothing to say. Straight up stealing a draft. PSG.LGD though, Phoenix Lina for them. So this could be the nothing to say Lina. It could still be Lina to be played by the 4 position here. Does Shinkyu want to play Lina here? I suppose not actually, because Phoenix Lina doesn't feel to me the strongest support duo together. It just feels a little bit awkward with their utility. How do you set up for these LSAs? How do you ensure that the supernova actually triggers reliably? So I definitely would like to see another hero being put into the 4 position here. Shinkyu, yeah, we'll see what he plays. So Lina, leave it for nothing to say. And there's the Shinkyu hero, Spirit Breaker being picked up early. Still not the easiest setup for LSA. However, this does give you a hero that can show up mid. One of the things I was about to talk about, how this Lina versus TA matchup can sometimes be a bit iffy for the Lina, given that there's very few tools you have to deal with the Templar Assassin past a certain point of levels. Once the refraction charges start stacking up, Spirit Breaker helps you out by being able to at any given time be a presence in that part of the map to help you out. And not just for the mid lane, can be anywhere. Hell, look at this combo. It's gonna be the Shinkyu Spirit Breaker, Faith Beyond Darkseer. We've seen this before, right? Iron Shell on the Breaker, you surge him, he's just zoom, all across the map in like a second, and you get affected by a mass amount of damage. You also now have access to Vacuum into LSA, which is another setup which, provided you practice that, is actually fairly easy for it to have happen here. On the other side for Team Aster, I really like that Doom pick. Doesn't really feel, they don't have much burst damage right now on the side of PSG.LGD outside of this Lina, and Lina is going to be the hero that's doomed every single fight. She's the primary Doom target. They can also Doom Phoenix or Darkseer, but you Doom Lina, makes the fight a lot easier for yourself. With the Darkseer, Iron Shell, and some of the burn from Phoenix, they have some tools to be able to deal with the TA's refraction. You just Iron Shell the Spirit Breaker, he charges in, gets on top of the TA, refraction charges go soon thereafter. But there is a distinct lack of physical damage from LGD, at least until this Lina starts to build into those items. We'll see what the idea is going to be here for Ame to play. Team Aster still need a hero, I would believe, for Monet in the safe lane. White Album will play the TA, XXX will play the Doom, Borax will play the Wind Ranger. Does mean that it's going to be a 5 position Winter Wyvern, so unlike in the previous game, where we got to see Shinkyu just get a lot of gold on this hero, not as much resources are going to be committed to ensuring a good game for Lanem here, but Lanem's positioning has always been one of the most impressive parts of his play. Winter Wyvern, a hero that relies almost entirely on positioning. I'm pretty sure he'll be able to utilize this hero quite well. Hey, shout out. You know, somebody asked me a question the other day. How much would I take, right? If it was like a charity stream, how much would it cost to get me to cut my hair, like, completely? Yo, way too much money. Way too much money. That's never happening. I felt a bit bad because I was like, what if there's some poor kid out here who I could have participated in the stream and gotten them the money to live life, but I don't know if I can sacrifice this trip, honestly. Team Aster, Wraith King, PL gonna be the options for them as their final bans, so neither of these heroes for Ame, no Terrorblade either. Luna was also banned fairly early on, no Ursa, no Faceless Void. So what is going to be the heroes here for the safe lane? What's left? So there's Monkey King that's still in the pool as a hero we've been seeing. There's Spectre, she gets banned away right now. There's Lifestealer, it's Juggernaut, there's Jug for Team Aster. I actually don't think they actually need to play like a traditional safe laner here. I think they could even get away with a hero like Razor. Dude, Razor would be, my god, Razor would be so good. Razor into TA Doom Jug, and then you let Lina be the one that builds into the pure right clicking for this game. I definitely think it could actually work out. Whether they go that direction or not is something to be seen still. 30 seconds remaining on the draft. PSG.LGD. What will be the option here? The option is gonna be, come on, Lifestealer, Razor, Sven. We've been seeing more and more Sven of late, so it might be an option here for them. CK. I suppose I'm fine with this. They didn't actually need like a traditional safe laner, like I was mentioning. It didn't need to be a hero that's going to carry the game, right? Nothing to say is actually going to be the one that carries the game. So it seems like this is... I'm not sure if this is just for the series, but the look and the angle that PSG.LGD have been adopting is putting Ame on these more semi-carry type of heroes and having the pure one position from the mid lane. Nothing to say is probably going to go... I don't think you go Yules this. I mean, you might go Yules, but you most likely just go like BTs, BKB, Daedalus. Probably the build here for Nothing to Say. The CK gonna do quite a good job, I think, as well, of being able to prevent Juggernaut from having a decent time with Omni Slash. You have the pullback, the stun. Not the best team fight in the world from the side of PSG.LGD. A lot of it relies on being able to interrupt what Team Aster wants to do. But that being said, Team Aster's only team fight spell is going to be the Winter's Curse. So LGD will still have them beat in that regard, having what? Vacuum, LSA, Supernova. Wall is also really good in this situation for PSG.LGD against the TA and against the Juggernaut. I think this is a 2-0 actually. I think this might be a 2-0. Hey, Sandman, there we go. Use those subs. Use those emotes. You earned them. You literally earned them. That's what's up. Alrighty, let's see what happens here. So, game 1 went the way of LGD. Game 2, I think will go the way they were as well. The lane middle is going to be a bit rough for the Lina against White Album. I mean, it won't be rough for her. She'll still get what she needs, but TA should get ahead in that lane. There is potential, though, for this Spirit Breaker to rotate in. It'll really be determined, I think, a lot by the movements of these supports. PSG.LGD have a lot to do with Shin-Q in this one, so we'll need to see how he performs here. Right now, we'll just come across a Juggernaut, says hello, what's up. They haven't plopped down any observer wards of their own on this side of the map just yet. Shin-Q still sitting with one in inventory. The other one for the team already plopped down in front of the bounty rune spot. So okay, so what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Let me know. We've still got 8 minutes of predicting left to go. About the same amount of time for these here bets. So make your decision. Decide who you think is going to be the team favorite here. And game 2, underway. Let go. As we see a Chaos Ball just stunning out this Doombringer, Ame just saying what's up, reminding him that he exists. Oh, there's always going to be server lag. Like Chinese servers, connecting directly to Chinese servers when it's not through a ticket is awful. Every single time there will be some jitters, some problem. It's never going to be smooth. So it just is what it is. The nature of the Great Firewall. And now we do begin the game White Album going middle versus the Selena. This is a matchup that not necessarily has to go perfectly well for the TA, but it will be a bit of a disaster if she doesn't find a way to boss this lane somewhat. For now, I think the priority as well is just going to be making sure that before she gets refraction, nothing to say he wants to harass her as much as possible, but knows what the outcome of the lane is going to be as time goes on. Alright, I'm stealing back my camera control. I've been playing a lot of Mass Effect, so I'm assuming direct control. Lol. You know, one day I will consider streaming Mass Effect here, but I swear too much when I play that game to make that tractable. Bottom lane, just see a quick first blood happening here. PSG.LGD able to secure the life of this Alane Winter Wyvern. Shinkyu does die immediately afterwards, but hashtag worth. I imagine that the Iron Shell charge was utilized in that situation, which is hella annoying. And there's the Charge of Darkness yet again with Iron Shell out onto this Juggernaut. They're going to try to chase him down, but... And the thing is, that's just level 1. What happens when you get to level 2 with the bash actually giving you that additional damage? And the thing is, given the nature of these two heroes in the lane, Jug, Winter Wyvern don't have the easiest time in the world killing Darkseer the Spirit Breaker. Of course, Arctic Burn is going to hurt quite a lot, given that these are tanky heroes, so the percent base damaged will definitely make a difference, but as it stands right now, should be a decent start to this lane for the side of PSG.LGD. Haven't spoken about the top lane just yet. Doom into CK and the Wind Ranger playing up against the Phoenix as a support contest. Should be a lane where they just get all the farm for both of the cores here. There's no real way to threaten the CK, nor is there really a way to kill the Doom. The fact is that the Chaos Bolt is not really reliable enough, and as long as they have 1 point into Shackle Shot, I think you prevent CK from ever being able to kill Doom. I mean, right now, there's not even the damage for it, but as levels go up, one single skill here from Borax should prevent a kill like that from happening. Where things are looking really good here, though, is from this mid lane. I mean, top, as much as I'm saying that they're not going to stop CK, CK is out farming the Doom, although Doom has Devour, so there's a lot of net worth to get from there. But mid, nothing to say, is having the characteristic good time expected of this hero. TA been getting a lot of farm from these camps though, and actually does she have less net worth right now? She probably does. Gonna pick up this bounty rune, just wants to refill the bottle. Nothing to say though, gets the creeps from middle. I mean, very happy with the set of affairs, right? If you're playing this Lina right now.
Look, the Dire's top tower is under attack.
Who got first blood? PSG.LGD got first blood. And they're about to get another kill here onto the Doom as they get a grab onto XXX inside the trees. Did they charge for that on the other side of the map? It looks like they did. That does leave Darkseer alone down bottom, so Faith Beyond will have to back into the triangle here. Just try to make sure they can get a stack going onto this hard camp. And mid lane, they actually get the charge out onto White Album, who's in danger. There's the bash! And that's why they picked Spirit Breaker, y'all. Bash, they get the kill. LSA will not be able to prevent them from getting revenge, but you don't care as Shinkyu. You help to get a kill onto TA, you just help to get a kill onto Doom. Definitely doing your job here in the early game. Right now, Iliad 57 was hurt, fam. They got the W on PSG.LGD. So it is right now 1-0 in favor of the Chinese Juggernauts. In this game, like I said, I do like their draft, and I like how this game has started for them in pretty much all domains. CK is getting a lot of farm, Lina's getting a lot of farm. Darkseer has been sacked somewhat, but they might actually get a kill here onto the Winter Wyvern. Bash comes out, and with the Ion Shells, they do manage to get this kill. Spirit Breaker tried to charge away. Not going to manage to do so down bottom. And with Monet being able to trigger and proc off this healing ward, will make sure that he gets back all his HP.
He's the one that's getting the best time thus far from the Radiant side. And Juggernaut opting to go for a Battle Fury build here. This feels a bit odd to me, given the fact that the heroes you're playing against are going to be playing so quickly. And I suppose if the game does go later and later, like in game 1, then you get a big advantage. We see Jug bottom now, trying to spin down the Spirit Breaker, won't be able to do so, and now in danger of dying to the Iron Shell. Will turn around for a kill onto Shin-Q, but Shin-Q knows what he's doing. Literally baiting with his own life so the Juggernaut comes back to make it easier for Faith Beyond to both get that kill and not be afraid of dying, potentially under the tier 1 tower, if he chased forward for the Juggernaut kill. Dude, Shin-Q is actually bossing this game right now. Like, legitimately, the Spirit Breaker is out of its mind. Charging top. They're gonna try and make an initiation happen onto the Doombringer. Doom trying to play as carefully as he can. They don't have any vision right now to suss out and scout this charge. Will it keep coming? Yes, it will. They pull him back with the Reality Rift. There's the Chaos Bolt stun. It connects. Bash comes through as well. But the secondary Bash will not connect. It only hits onto the Wind Ranger. And it will not have the damage necessary for this kill. Shackle Shot holds the CK in position. And here comes White Album. He's going to just get a one last right click onto this Phoenix to get the quick kill that side. Innocence. Once he's gone, everybody else will decide to flee. TP out from the CK. TP out from the Spirit Breaker, and everybody's fine. It's not FPS, yo. This is server lag. Like, y'all don't watch a lot of Chinese Dota, do you? Like, if you must not watch a lot of Chinese Dota. Like, if you're expressing surprise about the state of affairs with how the server is going in game, charge potentially onto the Jug, not needed. They already used it down bottom. They get the bash out onto him. Rotation coming in from the Wind Ranger. Omni Slash from Jug doesn't connect onto Spirit Breaker, only onto a creep. And the charge, will it get Spirit Breaker out of danger? No, it will not. There's a Splinter Blast that does end up catching onto him. Lanam with the kill. Feels bad. So Faith Beyond, the first priority is going to be getting the Agnum Scepter in this game, just to make sure that you can get the bonus HP on the folk with the Iron Shell. Makes it more difficult to deal with the double shell. And it's also like a pseudo save against heroes who are trying to burst down, nothing to say. Speaking of NTS, is actually going to go for the Yule Scepter in this game. A lot of jungle stacks available to farm up. Damn, this is a... I wonder where they go first though to try to get kills in this game, because Juggernaut is not the easiest kill to be able to pick up. Oh, we see a Doom top. It will make sure that the Icarus dive doesn't complete properly. Will lead into just an early easy kill. Innocence takes a tumble to Borax, who gets the quick kill with the Wind Ranger.
I'm dead.
State of affairs on the map right now has slowed down somewhat. Gosh, server lag coming back in. Whew! It's pretty bad today. It's pretty bad. What can we do? Jug almost has his Battle Fury. Since they went for this Yules here on the Lina, and CK of course is going to go for the early armlet, it's going to be primarily fighting items available from the side of PSG.LGD, so they'll need to make sure they use them in the time period whilst this Juggernaut is still trying to find farm with the Battle Fury. Still doesn't have the full item just yet, will emerge fairly soon though. And the thing is, their push potential isn't really that great on the side of PSG.LGD, unless Nothing to Say is maybe nearby a tower. It's not that easy for them to force out these structures, so ultimately does mean that the map control, they don't have to worry about losing it as much for the side of Team Aster. Mid lane, see Innocence getting ran down here by the focus fire. Will he end up tumbling? Yes, he will. Eventually does die. Lanam takes a tumble on the other side as well, inside the wall, but it's a double kill for the Wind Ranger. She's going to TP out to safety. Just building early Maelstrom. You'll love to see it.
Nothing to say. They're gonna go for this kill middle. Yule Scepter set up onto the Templar Assassin. No way she can get out of this. The Nether Strike will be in as well. And Winter's Curse, though, gonna buy some very meaningful time. Cold Embrace was out as well. White Album is still alive. Omni Slash flown through by the Juggernaut, spinning down the Shin Q Spirit Breaker, and they will be able to find that kill. White Album still alive, and they get the turnaround onto this Wind Ranger. Or with the Wind Ranger, rather. Get the turnaround onto Lina. They get Nothing to Say down. And now, with that defense and a Siege Wagon coming in through the mid lane, they could potentially search for the tier 1 tower. White Album still has a double damage rune. And not only do they not get the kill, but they also end up losing out big. And now here's a Shackle Shot into Focus Fire. Borax wants more of this action, and he makes the smoke happen. Gets the Phoenix down. Will give up his own life in the process, though. Cold Embrace will hold the Winter Wyvern in a bit of a pickle, because after using Cold Embrace, he has to try to juke through the trees. Doesn't end up succeeding. Loses his life. Wind Ranger gone too. Although they get the tier 1 tower, maybe not the best look to give up these 2 kills. A lot of gold here, especially for the Dogs here. And they might be able to get the counter tier 1 themselves using these Phantasm Illusions. To make sure that we remember not to be disappointed when it eventually happens, I am reminding y'all again that I have to go cast something else just now, and will therefore we don't have much time left in this game. Got about 10 minutes left, but you know, so we're hoping that these teams pick it up a little bit in that time period, especially now that they've got the full armlet on CK. But he wants Echo Saber too, so not gonna actually get anything going until that item is complete. Nothing to say. Instead of BT's BKB, it's going to be Yule's BKB. Still fine. I would have preferred the BT's for more mobility in this game, but the Yules will help in certain circumstances, like when you get jumped on by this TA, who should be receiving her Deso on the courier. She's actually getting the blink first. There's a lot of variance in terms of how players approach the Templar Assassin item builds. The only commonality is that you get 2 of 3. Blink, Deso, D-Lance. Which 2, or all 3, or which order, that is always unknown. Top lane, charge, almost gonna catch the Juggernaut. The interrupt will be there from the Winter Wyvern, but now they might try to kill the WW. Not dead just yet. Instead, they turn their attention, and they do get the kill out, but Omni Slash was used by the Juggernaut, almost killing the Phoenix. Will be able to do so. Doxia dies on the other side of the fight, and the damage, though, from CK will not allow Juggernaut to escape, even though he's spinning. CK has the Phantasm going. The right click damage a bit too high. Spirit Breaker also was crucial in that situation, using Nether Strike to bounce back the Juggernaut right after he started using Spin. So ends up being a 2-2 trade there. However, very beneficial for the side of PSG.LGD, not just because they killed the Juggernaut, but because Team Aster was setting up to try and approach and take down the tier 1 tower in the top lane. That entire skirmish makes that entire plan turn sour, and they're gonna come back for this. They smoke up, in fact, and they're gonna try to get a kill and turn that into the pressure to push for the tower top, but it just buys more time. CK is now farming guilt-free in his jungle. They can abandon the top tower without having to worry about it. They're like, we got so many kills out of it that we shouldn't have gotten anyway, that even if we abandon it now, it's still a-okay. And we have a pretty big wave that did a lot of damage down bottom. But we see now CK, is he gonna die? Got doomed up. This 3 hero rotation will end up being enough to find the kill. They will get back now and be able to bring down the tier 1 tower. However, they lose their own down bottom. Nothing to say. Showed up with the right clicks. Oh my god, look at that server lag. That's actually kind of funny, right? Like, that's actually kind of hilarious, honestly. Faith Beyond almost has access to this Aghanim Scepter. They have already been having some damage issues on the side of Team Aster when they don't like hard commit on a target or someone's not like a little bit out of position. Iron Shell will help, but they're getting tools as well to help deal with it on the side of Team Aster. As this Doom builds BKB, Jug is starting to get into some stats. SNY being triggered out. We see that this TA as well going for the Deso. Not far away from being complete. We will have all three of the big items from her. My goodness! Oh, that lag. That lag. Doxia has Aghanim Scepter. So now Doxia starts to also become a viable Doom target. I feel like Doom, after getting BKB, you go Blink Refresher on this one. I think you need the Refresher ASAP, get the double Dooms out. If you Doom Faith Beyond as well as Nothing to Say, the fight is always one for you. Shinkyu ends up losing his life here, taken out by White Album. Blinked on him and was able to Mel strike him to death. They were trying to charge bottom onto the Jug. They're not going to be able to do so. Smoke play does fail, however, as the smoke got broken by the Borax Wind Ranger. That was a very good move and position for the Wind Ranger to be in. Now they can't really get anything going. And fight would have happened just as Echo Saber arrived, so a decent little power spike here. Echo Saber, Aghanim Scepter, but their vision control also helps out. As soon as they pop the smoke, they see a hero and they all know to retreat from the area. Now they come back and respond in numbers because they have the Jug here as well. Level 2 Omni Slash, 4th in net worth, but has a lot of room to grow. And yet again, we see that this early game for Team Aster is looking a hella good for them. They might end up losing Jug, Spin onto the high ground, and Spirit Breaker not nearby, so they can't use the Nether Strike to try and hold Jug in position. Everybody rotating in onto this area. Faith Beyond shackled to a tree. He's in danger. Just gonna die so easily. Look at the damage that came in from that Wind Ranger with the focus fire. Quick jump, quick assassination. So with Doxia gone, down and out, not really going to be able to participate in the upcoming engagements. Alright, y'all, so check this out. Here we go. Here's what we're going to do, right? Here's what we're going to do. So we're going to spend the next 2 minutes just talking about what I think will happen in the game, because I do regrettably have to go, and I want to at least have, like, you know, a few minutes break before I have to talk again. Because I think I'm doing 3 series today for Esports Bible for Dota 2 Champions League. I can actually tell you the games. It's one sec. Namiga versus V Gaming, Puck Champ and Windstrike, and then Gambit versus Hellbear Smashers later tonight. So I want to make sure that I rest my voice a bit. So let's discuss where the game is right now and where the game is going. Where the game is right now is in a dominant position for Team Aster with their 2 heroes, unlike in the previous game where scaling is a bit of a problem for them, especially with how they built the Juggernaut and with the fact that PSG.LGD haven't actually been able to fight successfully at any point in the game so far. The next 10 minutes, which is when PSG.LGD would actually be relative to the side of Team Aster very, very strong, they won't actually be able to utilize positively. So they'll be getting further ahead over these next 5-10 minutes on the side of Team Aster. The fights get harder and harder for them to take on PSG.LGD as that starts to happen. They scale better on Radiant side. Winter Wyvern as well as having not as good of a game as we saw in game 1, but a decent enough one. And now CK, this is the same thing. The TK, look at the damage. That's with Omni Slash, sure, and with the focus fire, but nonetheless, the main hero is dead. Mel Strike from White Album helps them to eliminate this Phoenix. Nothing to say, able to get the Yule Scepter out onto the TA. Surge will make sure that the movement speed is sufficient for Nothing to Say to move away from the fight. But I think this game is over. I think we're going to game 3. This game gets only harder as time goes on. It's easier to farm on these Radiant heroes, especially if these fights aren't going well for you on Dire. They already have an amazing farm item for Jug to help him scale. He's not being punished for the greed of going for this item. And in fact, the way the game is going right now, they can't punish him. They're getting vision control back on their side of the map. They're building like defensive items of Hurricane Pike on TA. BKB already finished for Doom. Now he's going for Shivas. That Shivas is going to make life extremely difficult for CK, especially since he doesn't want to buy BKB himself. Nobody on the Dire side will ever buy Lincolns. I mean, nothing to say might, but you'll feel pretty bad about going for the Lincolns since he needs to build into physical damage to help replace the damage that won't be available from the CK. So yeah, I think LGD is going to lose. I was wrong about the 2-0. I thought they were going to be able to play more aggressively at this stage of the game, but turns out not to be the case. And Team Aster, I'm pretty sure are going to win this one. So now that we've dropped that dime, dropped that knowledge on y'all, here's what we're going to do now. So I'll give y'all an option, right? Let's actually run a poll here. Where do we want to go? Do we want to go to B-Cop stream or do we want to go to Beyond the Summit with Cyclops and I believe it's Husky? Hold on, I'm gonna put on the thing cam here while I'm making this poll. So it's B-Cop or Cyclops and Husky, right? I think B-Cop is with Black right now, so let's make this happen. I mean, whatever, we have a small fight happening, but White Album, I mean, look at the strength. Might still end up dying here still, though, which is a bit of a problem. And indeed, we'll tick out. That's just the Aegis life, though. All right, there we go. Poll is live, y'all. So make sure you answer it. Shackle shot flying in onto this Phoenix Innocence. Willy Tumble, not just yet. We have a Supernova getting triggered out. Winter Wyvern at the same time did get the Cold Embrace out onto the TA. But TA, she gets forward. She does manage to take out the Supernova. And now with the Omni Slash flying through as well, they remove Shin Q2. They came so close to being able to kill TA, but unfortunately will not be able to do so. Oh, Poonam, that's so sweet, fam. That's so sweet. Alright, I'm gonna bring my face up while we're here. So here's what we're gonna do, right? I'll put the other stream, the Esports Bible one. Wait, are they actually live? So actually, yeah, that's an option as well. But now, what I will do is that I'll put the link for that stream in the chat here. Let me get it for you now. And then in the meantime, of course, y'all vote on that poll. Let me know who you want to raid. This is where I'm going, right? That's the channel I'm going to be going to now to do Dota 2 Champions League. And y'all want B-Cup and Black, it seems. All right, cool. Cool. I'm not going to be a dick and issue the channel rewards yet, because obviously we don't know where this is going. But yeah, so poll's about to finish, everyone. Everyone's voting B-Cup and Black. Cool. So that's where y'all are going. I am going to the Esports Bible TV Dota. If you want to, you can pull through there. I just put the link in the chat. And an Amiga versus V Gaming. Eastern Europe is where I'm going. Sadly, we won't be having China for the rest of today, but I think I'll be out here for China tomorrow. Make sure you're following to make sure that you are aware of when that happens. Of course, if you had fun today, if you're enjoying life, you know, you can decide to become a subscriber here on Twitch. Make sure you're following as well. At the very least, that's the bare minimum. You gotta follow. But also follow me on Twitter. It helps a lot, surprisingly. And you can decide to become a subscriber here on Twitch, support through Patreon, or make a young donation. Be like Wheezy, go to the bank to make a big donation, y'all. You know, I really appreciate y'all spending this time with me. Even though it wasn't always the smoothest ride today, we still got the thing done. Thank you. Shout out to y'all. And we're going to B-Cop now. Get ready to do this raid. Is Ame dead? Yeah, Ame is dead. No, wait, what? No reveal bottom? They didn't see him building the Shadow Blade? Okay. Alright, everybody, get ready to raid. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. White Album about to die middle. Oh god, this might still be a 2-0. Jeez. Prepare yourselves. Get the raid train going. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. See y'all later. Enjoy the games. Enjoy life that side. Holla at the boy B-Cop, tell him I sent you. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for those of you who want to see me here. And I'll see you on the Esports Bible for those of you who want to see me today. Bye. Love you.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.